Have you ever felt like your brain just won't shut off? It's like you have 100 tabs open at once. You're trying to work or just relax, but your mind is constantly jumping from a mistake you made last week to a worry about what might happen next month. It's exhausting, right? This constant mental noise drains our energy and steals our happiness. Well, there's a short story about a young guy who felt exactly the same way, and what he learned might just change how you see things. Our story is about Marco, a 24-year-old guy whose mind was a battlefield. Day in and day out, thoughts would just attack him. He'd be haunted by regrets from his past and paralyzed by anxiety about the future. This endless mental storm left him tired, unable to sleep, and he couldn't even remember the last time he genuinely smiled. He felt completely lost. One day, Marco heard whispers about a wise old man living in a remote village deep in the hills. This wasn't just any old man. He used to be a famous psychologist in the city who had helped thousands of people. But now, he was living a simple, quiet life. Marco felt a spark of hope. He thought, maybe this guy has the answers I need. So, he packed a bag and decided to find him. After a long and tiring journey, Marco finally reached the village. He found the old man sitting peacefully on the porch of a small house covered in greenery. His eyes were closed, and he had a look of complete calm on his face. Marco walked up to him and said, "Grandfather, my mind is so restless. I can't stop thinking. All I want is some peace in my heart. Can you please help me?" The old man slowly opened his eyes, and with a gentle smile, he said, "So you are looking for peace? Come with me. I have a small task for you." He led Marco to his yard, took a glass, and filled it with water right to the very brim. It was so full that even the slightest shake would cause it to spill. He handed the glass to Marco and said, "Walk to the edge of the village and come back. But
Here's the rule. You must not spill a single drop of water." Marco was surprised, but he was desperate, so he accepted the challenge. He held the glass with both hands and started walking. The village road was narrow and chaotic. People were rushing, kids were running around, shopkeepers were shouting, and dogs were barking everywhere. It was pure chaos. But Marco didn't notice any of it. His entire world had shrunk to the glass in his hands. His eyes were locked on the water. His steps were slow and deliberate. He was completely focused. People looked at him strangely, but no one bothered him. They could see he was doing something important. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Marco returned to the old man. He was beaming with pride. "Grandfather, I did it. I didn't spill even one drop of water." The old man nodded and smiled. "That's good," he said. "But tell me, what did you see on your walk? Did you see the children playing? Did you hear the dogs barking?" Marco looked surprised and said, "No, I didn't see or hear anything. I was only focusing on the glass." The old man's smile widened. "And that," he said gently, "is the secret. Many people search for complicated answers. They look for the art of letting go. But the secret is much simpler. When you were focusing completely on that glass of water, your mind was in the present moment. At that time, it became completely quiet." He continued, "You weren't sad about the past. You weren't afraid of the future. Why? Because your mind had no space for those thoughts. It was filled with the now. That is the secret to finding peace in a chaotic world." Slowly, Marco began to understand. The peace he was searching for wasn't in some faraway place. It was right there inside him, all along. Peace isn't something you find outside. It's something you create inside, simply by living in the present moment. Marco started his journey back home, but he was not the same restless young man. He was changed. He was peaceful inside, because he now knew the secret to calming his mind. If this story clicked for you and made you think, do me a favor and hit that like button. And for more simple stories that can bring a little more peace to your life, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.